Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at gameplay of Love is a Battle Realm for One, the side quests, Deadpool side quests this week, Chapter 2, Vision of Love, and we are going into the legendary gameplay of Everyone You Love, Every Day You Love Me Less. And today we're going to be bringing in the romance synergy, so that we do not get affected by that stun reflect with gameplay. And we're going to be bringing in Emma Frost because she's stun immune when she is in diamond mode. We're just going to take a look at the map here real quick first. And while that is going on, we're going to be bringing in Human Torch with Medusa romance synergy. And we're going to be bringing in Domino with Colossus romance synergy. So those have romance synergies. So we should not be getting that stun reflect using any of these champions in this gameplay. So we're going to be taking part A. And we are going to go up against Drax in the first fight. And let's just read that note. He has hard head. If the attacker attempts to stun the defender, the stun is reflected back onto the attacker for 2.5 seconds. And this ability will go into cooldown for 7 seconds. And of course, we have the power of love. If under the influence of the romance synergy, any reflective stun does not trigger, each failed stun reflection will grant the attacker a permanent passive fury, granting 35% attack rating. And that is why we bring in this case, Human Torch and Medusa. If you do not have these champions, what I recommend is to Google or search online for romance synergies with Marvel Contest of Champions, and there's a lot of charts out there showing you different champions and who they have that romance synergy with. We know Emma Frost, if you have her, you could bring in Cyclops in the gameplay. I don't have mine ranked up, so I'm not using him, but here we go. First flight is with Human Torch, and it's a pretty simple fight. As you can see, I'm parrying and I'm not getting that reflected stun, and you're going to see that the romance power of love is going to be coming up on the left side a lot because he has that Medusa romance synergy, and this makes this gameplay, again you see power of love popping up on the left side when he would have been stunned. It does not trigger. And this makes this fight pretty easy and pretty simple because we're using that romance synergy. Makes for a lot easier gameplay and getting all of these rewards this month. We also have Domino and Colossus, and what we're going to do is we're going to try to use all of the champions that we bought in. All 5 champions. We're just going to have some fun gameplay, relaxed gameplay, and see how many fights this part is going to use. I believe it's about 6 fights before we hit the boss. The boss is going to be Mr. Fantastic, a bit annoying, but we're going to be gameplaying and showcasing all the champions against him, so you can decide which one you have or which one you would like to use to take him down. So here we go, almost done with Drax, and here we go. He's going to be out. One more parry, no stun, power of love kicks in, and Drax is down for the count. And we are going to go into the second fight on that part. Now, second fight is going to be against guy with a lot of energy here, Bishop. And Bishop is very devastating with his SP2, so you don't want to get clipped by that, and you do not want to push this guy to SP3. And I guess we can just showcase some gameplay. Emma Frost, I have to say, is if you have that champion, this is Emma 6-star rank 2. I ranked her up this week. If you looked at the last video I posted which champion to rank up, I finally made a decision to rank up Emma Frost because she has so much immunity to all different anything on the game. She's immune to bleed, poison, incinerate, cold snap. She's immune to armor. She's just immune to a ton of stuff, and that is why, and shock immunity as well, which was very good to have. So we decided to go up with Emma. And now we are going to take in Colossus for the gameplay. Again, we're going to take some beatings as well, just to show you how durable these champions are. Colossus is an absolute beast. He fires off his SP1, and for SP2 he triggers more shield. This is a 5-star rank 5 Colossus, awakened, so he has that organic steel active. A lot more, as you can see, power of love is kicking in for the stuns, and he has the synergy with Domino, so he is not going to be stunned in this fight. Once you parry, no stun is going to be reflected to you. And then we're going to fire off the SP2, which I love with this champion because he is completely and 100% unblockable when he fires off that SP2. His heavy attacks are awesome as well. He does a lot of damage with a heavy attacks, a lot of crits. Here you go, 8,000 first hit on a heavy. This guy goes up all the way up to like 20-30,000 crits. His SP2 fired off last shot 19,000 crit rating, so that was pretty good. And Bishop is going to be in the bin in a second. Again, Colossus, another champion with a lot of immunity, bleed, incinerate, cold snap, etc. He's not, I don't think he's poison immune, and so that is his only downside. But it's nice to mix up a team where you have Emma, Domino has a synergy with Colossus, so that is pretty awesome to have as well. And we're gonna see some Domino gameplay in a second. And let's go into the second. We're gonna jump here to the portal, and we're gonna go into the next fight, which is going to be Wolverine. And this is a pretty ramped up Wolverine here. He has a pretty good health pool, and he has that regeneration, so we're just gonna beat him down, overpower that regeneration here. Colossus is obviously bleed immune, so he's a pretty awesome champion to bring in against Wolverine. We just have to look for that regen, but with the damage output of Colossus, he really out damages the regen of Wolverine. As you can see, the SP2 here is going to be unstoppable. We didn't really crit on any of those, but again, we're not going to be dying from bleeds for sure. Power of love with his stun kicked in. We're gonna fire that SP2 again. We could push him off to the SP3, but I like to be totally unblockable with the SP2. I just like that that animation. Here we go. Heavy did not crit again, so far here we go. Boom. He's regenerating quite a lot again, but our damage is just going to overpower that regen, and we're just going to fire off this SP1, put him into stun mode, and with a heavy, lights out. Wolverine is in the bin. So far this is pretty easy gameplay, and I'm thinking all of these fights are pretty easy once you have that romance synergy. It's going to be a lot more difficult if you keep getting hit with that stun. So I suggest in this gameplay, as we learned in chapter 1, when we went in blindly, this time we brought in that romance synergy, and it's a lot easier gameplay. Next fight up is going to be Captain America. Same synergy with romance, and everything else has to kick in here. We're going to bring Domino into this fight. This is rank 4, 5-star awakened, so just rank 4. It was between her and Emma Frost to rank 5, and I decided to go with Emma instead and be with the 6-star because Emma is a lot better with immunities, a lot more diverse, and does a lot more damage with her SP2s, etc. Here we go. Pretty simple fight, nothing crazy. Power of love with a stun, with that parry kicks in because she does have the synergy with Colossus. So Domino and Colossus again for the romance synergy, and we have Human Torch and Medusa with a romance synergy. And then I used as the 5th champion Emma Frost, because she is automatically stun immune once she's in diamond form, so she does not need a romance. But if you wanted to have her with a romance synergy, it would be Cyclops to bring in. Any one of the Cyclops would work with her, but she does not need it because she is definitely stun immune once she's in that diamond form. So gonna fire this SP1. We finally got a critical bleed on him, which is the only downside to Domino. It's not guaranteed critical bleeds, but he is in the bin, and that's it. We get in there. We're going to be closer to that Mr. Fantastic, and we're going to go into our next portal, and this is going to take us to that final part, and it's going to be Iron Fist, and then we have Blade, and then we have Mr. Fantastic. So these next two fights should be pretty easy. I'm just going to, let's see here, same hard head and power of love synergy needed. So we're going to go in against him with, what we're going to use. We could use Colossus because he's going to be armor break immune and stuff as well. We're going to just use Domino. I just want to use a variety of different champions, not necessarily the best champion against him. I would say Colossus would have been a better deal against him because his armor breaks is not going to work against him. But we just, again, this is just demo gameplay and just a fun gameplay to see who to use, and we'll definitely get this quest completed using these 5 champions. Here we go. We want to file that SP1, see if we get a critical bleed on him, and we do, but I got clipped dashing back, and that's the end of Domino. Now we still have Colossus to bring in. We're gonna bring him in now. He's gonna be immune to the armor breaks. Again, right off the bat, you see power of love kicking in because of that synergy with Domino. Iron Fist is not going to be able to armor break him. And we're going to start firing off some SPs here. Back off with those heavy attacks because that's a devastating armor break. 5,000 crit on that first hit. We did not crit on the second. We did not crit on the second heavy, but that's okay. He fires off his SP3. So if you're fighting against Iron Fist, you do not want to push him to this SP3, obviously. I'm thinking you don't want to put any of these defenders to SP3. You want to bait out the SP2 on SP1. Do not push them to the SP3 because they're so ramped up that they're definitely going to be knocking you out. So do not push them to SP3. And we're going to bring in Medusa for gameplay here. She has class disadvantage. Again, we're just showcasing again how good Medusa is. She has the power of love synergy with Human Torch in this setup. And we also have that active power gain because of that synergy, Medusa and Human Torch. So that is pretty cool. And she makes easy work of Iron Fist, even though she has class disadvantage. Now this is a pretty tricky fight. This guy Blade is always difficult to fight at times, but we're going to take him down pretty easily. We're going to bring that class advantage in with Emma Frost. She's bleed immune. She's definitely stun immune, so you don't have to worry about it. And as you see, the power of love doesn't come up, but she's not taking any stun damage because she's in diamond form. We want to keep her in diamond form. So we always want to have him with more bars of power. And here we go. And I saw power of love synergy come up there. So maybe she does not need to have power of love synergy as long as you have one pair of teammates, I'm thinking. So that's the next thing. If you have one pair of romance teams on your a romance pair, I should say, on your roster, that power of love should work for everyone in your team, because she does not have any direct romance, but we have 2 more sets of romance on the gameplay, and she's not taking any damage from stuns, not because she's in diamond form, but because of that other synergy. There you go, power of love kicked in again. So all you need is 1 pair power of a romance team on your roster, and the other 3 champions could be any 3 champions that you choose. And Blade is in the bin, and we have the final fight, which is going to take a little time because this guy's at 54,000 and change with health. He has adaptive. He has what each time the defender passively evades an attack, we get a fatigue placed on you. Each time the attacker is inflicted with a debuff, the defender gains a fury. An aspect of evolution: whenever the defender fills above power, they raise their attack, armor, critical rating. So this guy is a little bit tough and tricky to fight, but again, we're not going to take that stun damage because we do have a romance team. We have 2 romance teams on this gameplay anyway. So we're just going to showcase all of these champions, all 5 champions again, and see which one might be the most effective champion against him. And right off the bat, Medusa is pretty effective. She's already putting that armor break on him. Annoying part of this guy, he goes unblockable as well. So you just want to back up as soon as he starts that stretch. And I'm hoping with some of those unblockables, Medusa is going to go into her automatic block. So she's going to be pretty nice against this guy. But he's slow work, it takes a while. Then once he fires off that unblockable, you're dead. So that is what you need to look out for. You need to dexterity or back off from this. This you got to try to evade his unblockable, which is doable, but it takes some timing. So we're gonna bring in Emma Frost, the last champion we have alive right now, before we do some revives. And again, the SP1 fires off. We missed it. She goes unblockable. And so Emma is taking some damage, but again, she's pretty durable in diamond form. So we need to fire off that SP1 to get her back there. So we gotta, let's see if we could fire off that SP2. There you go. So we did some damage. Unfortunately, we didn't really crit. We actually survived that hit because of our diamond form. Let's see if we fire off the SP1. So if he fires it off, he's going to take some damage, because once you fire off her SP1, she does do a limited time power sting on the opponent. So if he was to fire off his SP, he will take some damage as well. Here we go. Power sting is up. Now we're going to bait it out. Almost got the SP right. That was my mistake. Did not time it correctly. Got clipped. But anyway, that's the 5 champions. We didn't see a couple of them against him. So we're going to do 1 revive using one of those potions. And we are going to bring back in all 5 champions. And we're going to take him down definitely. And we're going to showcase who we're going to go with first. Maybe Medusa. She did some damage the first time. Let's see it. And you guys can decide. Leave some comments below who you think is the best champion to take him down. If I knew it was just 1 romance champ and not try to stack romance champs here, I would definitely bring in a Nick Fury here, because Nick Fury with his heavies is just going to bleed this guy to death, and he might be the best champ to keep to take down Mr. Fantastic. Just for that gameplay, Nick Fury would be good for that fight. Believe it or not, any champion with bleed would be able to take him down as well. Here we go. So Medusa is not doing a bad job. The Medusa is pretty cool, and Here we go. We're gonna back out. There you go. We got clipped with the second, the final hit, but we did dexterity and get away from his first blow. We just didn't dash back a second time and we got clipped. Anyway, let's see Domino against this guy, and hopefully she does a lot more damage. So Nick Fury for Mr. Fantastic would be good. Another good champ against him would be someone that does a lot of bleed and damage over time, so you could just back off and wait it out. Next good champ might be Omega Red, just to do some damage over time on this guy. Gwenpool would be good. And there's Domino getting back a lot of health. Well, we didn't want that to happen. We wanted her to just go out of it so we could bring in the other champions. But let's see, she's still gaining health, which is crazy. She's back up to 45. Alright, let's take some hits here and see if we could bring in the other champions. But she is pretty lucky. And here we gonna go. Boom. Okay. We got clipped with the unblockable. Let's bring in the next champion. So, tip for this video, bring in one synergy champion that has the romance synergy, Human Torch, Medusa, Domino, Colossus, something like that. Google or look up online Marvel Contest of Champion romance synergies, and you'll get a lot of graphics, a lot of posters with different champions that has synergy throughout the gameplay. So you could use whichever champion you have and is best suited for the gameplay. I would say bring in a Nick Fury, definitely for this guy at the end, someone that has damage over time. Omega Red, Gwenpool, Moon Knight would be good as well because he does that. He does have that stun, depends on the moon phase, and he does have a lot of bleed. So Human Torch did do some damage as well, but not the most effective champion against Mr. Fantastic. I would say bring in one of those skill champions that does the damage over time. So here we go. Fire that heavy. Did not crit. There we go. Evade that unblockable. This unblockable is pretty easy to evade, so we're going to play a lot better gameplay here now. We're going to get a little bit more serious instead of just letting the game take advantage of us like we did in the first round. Here we go. And we got clipped with the second one because we need to do a double dash to get away from his second hit. So you know. Let's see if we could get it this time. There you go. That's how you do it. Dash back twice. There you go. Again. So much easier. SP2 is unblockable. Let's see if we can do some more damage before we bring in someone else. There you go. Again, mistimed that dex, but that is also evadable, so you should be able to evade that hit as well. And then we have the final champion. I would say the MVP for this quest, if you have no synergies, if you have no romance synergies, she is the absolute MVP of this gameplay because she is definitely stun immune in diamond form, and we are just going to take out Mr. Fantastic. So guys, leave your comments below. Hope you subscribe. Subscriptions really help the channel a lot. Subscribe, hit the notification bell so you have follow-up notifications when we have new content on the channel. And leave your comment below on who you use and who you recommend to take down Chapter 2 legendary gameplay. Love is a Battle Realm for 1. And there we go with the rewards. I'll catch you guys next time. We should be putting out this Chapter 2, the second quest. Every Day I Love You More should be coming soon. We'll definitely be doing that gameplay. And yes, let's take a look at this quest for the month and what how we're doing so far. And we should have Legendary done. All of chapter 1 is complete 100%. Chapter 2, as you can see, we just finished up 56%. We have one more part to 100% complete that. And we have Legendary done chapter 2. Like I said, we have chapter 1 100% complete. That was done last week. And I believe every Wednesday a different chapter is going to be released. So that's it for now, folks. We have Epic and also 100% complete. We're going to be doing Epic and gameplay as well. But we're definitely going to do that Legendary gameplay, and for those of you that need help with Legendary. Okay, guys, catch you next week, on next video, I should say. Bye-bye.